Best places to visit in Brazil travel video. Brazil feels larger than life the moment people arrive there. Everything seems louder, brighter, more energetic, and more alive somehow. The beaches stretch endlessly, the cities move non-stop, the landscapes feel almost unreal in size, and even ordinary moments carry this energy that is difficult to explain properly until experiencing it in person. Tropical islands, giant waterfalls, colonial towns, jungle rivers, massive cities, mountain landscapes. Brazil never really settles into one identity, and that unpredictability becomes part of what makes traveling through it so addictive. Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro honestly feels like one of the most visually dramatic cities on Earth. Mountains rise directly beside the ocean, while beaches curve around the coastline, and the city spreads between all of it like it somehow grew naturally into the landscape itself. Places like Copacabana and Ipanema are famous worldwide, but standing there in person feels completely different because the atmosphere goes far beyond just beaches. There is always movement, music playing somewhere nearby, people exercising along the shoreline, sunsets turning the sky orange behind the mountains. The Amazon rainforest. The Amazon does not feel like a destination people simply visit. It feels like entering an entirely different version of Earth. The rainforest stretches endlessly across massive distances with rivers so large they sometimes look more like oceans than waterways. The sounds alone make the experience unforgettable. Birds, insects, rainfall, distant animal calls, and complete silence in between all of it. The jungle constantly feels alive around you. Boat rides through narrow river channels reveal landscapes that look untouched for thousands of years, while giant trees block sunlight above in some areas almost completely. And the scale of the Amazon is difficult to process until actually being there, because photos cannot fully capture how enormous everything feels. Iguazu Falls. Iguazu Falls makes most people speechless for at least a few minutes after seeing it for the first time. The waterfalls stretch across such a massive area that it almost feels impossible to take everything in at once. Water crashes down from every direction while mist rises high into the air, creating rainbows constantly across the landscape. And unlike many famous natural attractions, Iguazu somehow feels even more impressive in person than in videos or photos. Walking along the platforms beside the falls puts people incredibly close to the power of the water, especially near Devil's Throat, where the sound becomes almost overwhelming. Salvador. Salvador feels completely different from Brazil's larger modern cities, because the city's culture, music, and history shape the atmosphere everywhere. Colorful colonial buildings line the streets, while music echoes through open squares and ocean views appear constantly between neighborhoods. The Pelourinho district especially feels alive with bright architecture, street performances, churches, and steep cobblestone roads, creating one unforgettable scene after another. Salvador also has one of the strongest cultural identities in Brazil, and visitors feel that energy immediately through food, music, festivals, and local traditions. São Paulo. São Paulo feels enormous in every possible way. The city stretches endlessly with skyscrapers, busy streets, modern neighborhoods, and non-stop movement everywhere. At first, the scale can honestly feel overwhelming because the city never seems to slow down. But after spending time there, people start realizing why São Paulo became one of the most influential cities in South America. The food scene alone is incredible, with restaurants from almost every culture imaginable hidden throughout the city. Art, fashion, nightlife, and business all mixed together, creating this fast-paced atmosphere that feels completely different from Brazil's beach destinations. Florianopolis. Florianopolis feels like the kind of place people visit for a few days and immediately start imagining living there permanently. The city sits across an island surrounded by beaches, green hills, lagoons, and smaller coastal towns that create a much calmer atmosphere compared to Brazil's larger cities. Some beaches feel lively and energetic, while others feel isolated and peaceful, with almost untouched scenery around them. Surf culture is huge here, and the entire island carries this relaxed coastal energy that makes time feel slower somehow. Pantanal. The Pantanal often gets overshadowed by the Amazon, but honestly, it offers one of the most incredible wildlife experiences anywhere in the world. Unlike dense rainforest environments where animals stay hidden, the Pantanal's open wetlands make wildlife spotting far easier. Jaguars, caimans, capybaras, giant otters, colorful birds, and countless other species appear throughout the region. Boat rides through the wetlands feel peaceful while the landscape stretches endlessly under massive skies. During sunset, reflections across the water make the environment look almost cinematic. Brasilia. Brasilia looks unlike any other city in Brazil because it was designed almost entirely from scratch with futuristic architecture and massive open spaces shaping the entire layout. Some parts honestly feel more like scenes from a science fiction movie than a capital city. The buildings use dramatic curves, unusual shapes, and modern designs that make the skyline instantly recognizable. Wide avenues and organized sections give Brasilia a completely different atmosphere compared to older Brazilian cities filled with narrow streets and colonial architecture. Fernando de Noronha. Fernando de Noronha feels almost too beautiful to be real. Crystal clear water, dramatic cliffs, untouched beaches, and marine life everywhere create one of the most breathtaking island environments in Brazil. Some beaches here regularly appear on lists of the most beautiful in the world, and honestly, it becomes obvious why the moment people arrive. The water shifts between deep blue and bright turquoise depending on sunlight, while dolphins often appear near the coast during mornings. Because the islands are protected carefully, the environment feels incredibly clean and preserved compared to many tropical destinations around the world. Snorkeling and diving here feel unreal, because visibility underwater can be incredible. It is one of those rare places where photos actually struggle to capture how beautiful the colors look in real life. Lenoir Maranhenses. Lenoir Maranhenses does not even look like Brazil at first glance. Endless white sand dunes stretch across the landscape while bright blue rainwater lagoons form between them, creating scenes that feel almost impossible naturally. During the rainy season, the lagoons fill completely and transform the entire area into one of the most surreal landscapes on Earth. Walking across the dunes feels strangely peaceful because everything around you looks so unusual and untouched. Sunlight reflecting across the water and sand creates colors that barely seem real during certain times of day. It is one of Brazil's most unique natural wonders because the environment feels unlike almost anywhere else in the world. Brazil is the kind of country that overwhelms people in the best possible way because every destination feels larger, louder, and more unforgettable than expected. Beaches, jungles, waterfalls, cities, islands, and landscapes constantly shift into completely different experiences depending on where you go. If this video made Brazil jump higher on your travel list, hit like, subscribe, and comment which place looked the most unreal to you. Because honestly, some parts of Brazil barely feel like the same planet sometimes.